everybody. So, I am sitting out on deck 3. If you want a place that doesn't have a lot of traffic, it's sort of quiet. It depends on which side of the ship you're on. Come to deck 3. So it's just off of the atrium, the lobby, and you're pretty close to the water. It's deck 3. There's the island out there, Princess Cay. Right out there. We're getting ready to leave. Well, all aboard is in about 3 minutes. So we're getting ready to leave, in the next 15 minutes. And I thought that I would sit out here. Now, the other side, so down there, down there are the smokers. Unfortunately, the wind is blowing this way, but I'm hoping that it's not enough smoke that it will bother me. So this morning I woke up and I actually started feeling it yesterday, but I've been around the smoke too much. I'm sure I already mentioned this, but I was around it a lot, a lot, and I don't know if I'm allergic to smoke or what. Okay, I used to be a smoker, and I certainly wasn't allergic to it then. But I'm feeling like I'm getting a case of bronchitis now, so I'm trying to stay away from smoke. The wind is blowing this way, and I can smell it, but good heavens, come on. They're all the way down there. And I want to see the island as we leave. So this is where I want to be. I'm right below lifeboats. Yeah. It's a nice deck. Both sides are nice. Once we get going and we turn a little bit. Oh, well, you know what? Honestly, it's probably going to stay on this side. He's got the thrusters going. There are no more tenders coming from the island, so I'm guessing that... Here we go.
Good afternoon. This announcement is for Mary and Timothy Chapman. To kindly contact guest services located on lobby deck 3 forward or by dialing extension 7777. Thank you.
So we're missing two passengers. Kind of odd because there's no more tenders coming from the ship. So you wouldn't think there'd be anybody left on the island that does not belong there. There's a tender out there. And like I said, he's got the thrusters going, so we should be getting ready to leave. Okay, so a tender is leaving. I mean, it was unloading people, so it's not necessarily going back to get somebody, although if we're missing 2 people, then it is, isn't it? Although they may be on the ship. That happens. Somehow they don't get logged in when they get on the ship. So we'll see. We'll see if that tender goes and comes back with somebody. I have a client who asked me if she had to pass under these boats when she boarded the ship. She's really freaked out about walking under one of these boats. And I told her it's very quick. You don't have to walk under all of them, you just have to walk under one, and not all boarding areas make you pass under them. This one does. So yeah. Anyway, do you mind walking under the lifeboats? Like, I'm sitting under one. If that thing dropped on me, goodbye, Christine. Nice knowing you. So, yeah. I don't know. Now it's kind of freaking me out. I mean, it's right there. Thanks a lot, client. So Connie really liked Princess K. I didn't go on the island today. I've been on a couple of times. I didn't go on today because I wasn't feeling very well. So I found a lounge chair. I laid on deck. I watched Toy Story 2. I actually had a very nice, relaxing day. I feel pretty good. So yeah, that's what I did today. What did you do today? Tonight we're eating in the main dining room. Tomorrow night we're eating at the steakhouse. And right now I'm just waiting for sail away. I actually was waiting to hopefully hear the horns. I love a good ship horn, don't you? How would you get stuck on the private island? And they even said that yesterday when Christian, the cruise director, was talking about all of the things that you needed to take with you to get off the ship when we were in Nassau. He was talking about yesterday what you need to get off the ship and what time to be back, and then today what you need to get off the ship and what time to be back. And when he was talking about yesterday, of course he talked about not being late. And he mentioned the fact that if you have a carnival excursion, that you won't be left behind. And then he talked about Princess K, and he said again, you want to get on that last tender. You do not want to get left on the island. And he said it's like the worst place in the world to be left because nobody's there, and it's not like you can get a plane or anything to get back home. And I just remember thinking, it's kind of weird to leave somebody on your private island. I don't know. Is that weird, or is it just me? I mean, it could just be me. But to me, it just seems odd that you could leave somebody from your ship on your private island. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me what you think in the comments below. So guys, in 19 days, Doug and I are going on Regal Princess. I'm very excited. We get to go back to St. Thomas and St. Martin. The last time we were there was the last time Doug and I were there was right after the hurricane, and St. Martin got beat up a bit. So this will be the first time we're back at St. Martin since the hurricane, and I was in St. Thomas in April of last year, but Doug has not been to St. Thomas since, well, you know what? Actually, it was March of last year. Yeah, it was March of last year. So we went just before I went back. Okay, I didn't realize that. So yeah. So it's only been a year since Doug's been there. So when Doug and I take a cruise, we take one cruise a year, and usually we take one personal cruise and then we take a group cruise for my clients. And when we take our personal cruise, we have a rule that it has to either be a new ship or a new itinerary. And the whole itinerary doesn't need to be new, just one port needs to be new. So in this case, the ship is new and the cruise line. We've never been on Princess. So the itinerary is something that we've done, but it's our favorite itinerary. Hopefully we're going to be going here soon. Get a little ship horn action and start moving. I'm waiting. What time is it? It's 4:30. Honk honk. Water's not that choppy today. As you can see, the tender's not moving that much. Oh, look, here comes a tender. I wonder if those people are on it. Guess we'll find out. No, they're not all crew members, but there are a lot of crew members on there. Nope, definitely not just crew members. Mostly though, right? Yeah, mostly the boat's got all the crew members. But you know what? If the crew members still had to be brought off the island, then who cares? A couple of stragglers. I'd still like to know where they were. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the horns. Come on, Captain. Oh, it was funny today. So Connie went onto the island and I stayed on the ship. And I went and got myself some lunch and I sat right outside of Blue Iguana. Or not outside, next to Blue Iguana, next to the window. And I looked down and there's a tender coming. And I see Connie, at least who I thought was Connie, on the top deck. Just relaxing, sunglasses on. And I sent her a text. I said, did I just see you on a tender? It was her. That's funny. I saw one tender coming back today. One. And it was the one she was on. Oh, and I'm sure I told you that when we both got to port in Charleston, I stepped off of, I don't know, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I got off of the shuttle. And we had agreed, I had sent her a text and told her I'd meet her at the building, and I gave her the building number because I didn't know where she was going to be dropped off. And I said, I'll meet you at building whatever. I get off the shuttle and I am headed towards the building, and I took maybe 5 steps away from my van and I hear, hey! And I look up and there she is getting off of a van. That was funny. Don't you think that was funny? I thought it was funny. Very serendipitous. Is that appropriate? Appropriate use of that word? He didn't sound the horn. Well, I'll be darned. Huh. All right. It is almost 5 o'clock. And all my effort, and I did not get a horn. No horn. Look how glassy. I tell you, as soon as I turn this off, he's gonna sound the horns. Maybe. Should I turn it off, just see if he does? Boy, I'm going to be doing a lot of editing on this. 15 minutes. 15 minutes of me talking and you looking. And no horns. Alright, guys. Well, all this time and I don't think we're going to get a horn sound. Trust me, I'll let you know if it went off after I turned the camera off. We are headed home. Tomorrow is a sea day. Isn't it beautiful? There goes Princess K. Okay, so now I'm on the starboard side and of deck 3. And there's nobody out here, which is good for me. Have the deck to myself, and there's no smoking. A lot of wind.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great evening.